You know, at this point, it's like just as soon as you hit record, just fucking start taping. Kind of. There you go. What's up, y'all? Hope everybody's good out there. I hope everybody's well fed, warm, keeping nice in the. I should say cold because it's so damn warm outside. Hope everybody's keeping cool. I should say that.
Yeah, what is it? 90 something? 88.
Hey, next week. I mean, our neck of the woods, folks, it's going to be in the 94, I think, range.
Yeah, that's what we should do. We should add other forecast temperature updates every once in a while on this podcast. It's like, Chris, go. Hey, everyone, it's me, Chris. By the way, the time is 3:42 in the PM, and temperature is 88 degrees.
You know what? I can do that while I'm on top of a roof. Hey, y'all. Hot as fuck. Stay inside. That'll
What
be my
movie
new
was
support.
that? I'm trying to remember if it was a movie or a comedy sketch. You know, what's the temperature like outside? Yeah, I think it was a sketch. And the weatherman's like, you got a window? Open it. Oh, it was Good Morning Vietnam. That's right. Robin Williams, Good Morning Vietnam.
Oh, the
got a window?
legend
Open
right
it.
there.
Top
Miss
5
Rebel.
comedians. Dear Lord. Top 5. I love top 5s, Chris. You probably are catching on to that. But yeah.
I am catching on to that.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know what? They're fun.
But before I
Have some
tackle
fun with
top
it.
5s, because that's the thumbnail, I guess, the title, I do got to ask you, since we are meeting
Yes,
each
sir.
other here in the man cave, which I'm hoping others out there are starting to catch on. They want to cool off in this hot weather. They go down to a man cave where it's nice and cool, even if you got a light trying to show you off. I forgot to say that the last time. Their favorite podcasting app. You know what? Who cares? We are on your favorite podcast because I did talk about how the numbers are higher there on our
You know.
podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good.
I
They'll
think
find us. They'll find us eventually, and they'll find a friend, and they'll
Yeah.
want to talk to us. They'll find.
Speaking
a
of
friend.
which, we got to eventually talk privately about seasons because apparently that's what they do on podcasts. Season 1, take a break. Season 2, take a break. I'm like, I don't know. We'll figure that all out. See, we're sharing this information with you guys. Maybe that's a good time to say, hey, if you got any questions to ask Chris or I, email us or put it in Instagram. Not my personal Instagram, because I don't like to talk to you people there. But on Meet Us in the Man Cave. How Chris wants to do it, that's his business.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have any issues with that. You know, may not get to immediately, but dude, I mean, being an introvert for most of my life, being a quiet kid, not talking to a whole lot of people. I mean, I respect any and everybody I meet now, so I'm open
Speaking
to
of
it.
being a quiet kid, and then we talked about a little bit of horror last week. See any decent movies other than I know your mom's anxiously awaiting for that one. Did you get a chance to see that movie yet?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. Damn it.
Nope.
I feel bad. I forget
I
the
still
name of the movie already. That's good. I'm always forgetting names of stuff.
I still suck. I can't sit down recently. I don't know what my
You're busy?
problem is.
There's something about a house or houses that you're dealing with. Yeah. I watched a movie
Yeah.
about a guy who's about to lose his job. It sucked. It's a horrifying movie. Yeah.
That's a terrifying movie
Nah,
right there.
other than what I talked about last week, the Exorcist or the Pope's Exorcist, I haven't really stumbled across anything interesting. I've been keeping an eye. I don't know if anybody out there listening or watching, you can help me, or maybe Chris knows. Tubi, is it pronounced Tubi or Tubi? It's another streaming service. It's free. Tubi. It's free.
I think it's Tubi.
Yeah, it's got ads, but the ads on YouTube are worse than Tubi. And I've been trying to watch that more. I mean, yeah, I'm like,
God damn it. You know what? The fucking 2 ads thing
yeah.
on YouTube? I want to
But
fucking
you know,
throw
Chris,
my phone.
whenever we are able to monetize on here, we'll tolerate it. It's a catch. Yeah.
You know, to be fair,
Because I don't mind it on.
I don't know. I think I'm still gonna be pissed. Why do you don't put in the button for me to skip this ad? You only do it on the second ad.
I'm going to be
Stop doing
brutally
that
honest.
shit to me.
there's a good chance that by the time we are monetized, we won't be watching our own content anyways.
It's going to be the year 2035, and and we'll be flying fucking space cars
around.
And
I'll be really open to saying anything because by then I really won't give a fuck.
I'll actually be making the ads for YouTube for you to watch.
I'll have less hair, and I'll be like, "What'd you say? What'd you say? Huh?"
It's all right. You'll be a millionaire by then. You'll be fine.
I'll have the yeah. Why can't I see anything, Chris?
You're the next PewDiePie. Fuck, you look like the next oh god.
Hey, these are
Star
more
Trek
comfortable
character
now.
Damn it, what is it?
From that one Jordy
LaForge. You're the next Jordy.
This actually is more comfortable.
I knew you were gonna say that. I
don't know how my ears got fat, but apparently they did because it's just a little tight there. No, as you get older, your ears grow. I don't know. But, enough about, I'm sure I'll find some movies to talk about here next episode. Because that's part of my goal. I always try to find something new to watch. Let's see. I'm going to skip Cars. I'm sorry, Chris. I'll get into that later. Anything new with the music world for you out there?
I mean, I forgot to mention it last episode, but I swear this guy has got some shit that needs to be talked about, and that's Oliver Anthony Music. That's what he goes by.
Is it spelled MSU? MUSIC? Yeah.
Music? Yes. But no, Oliver Anthony Music. And that's not his name at all.
Stage name, right?
If I could bring that out to people, that's not his name. His name is actually Christopher Oliver, and I forget his last name. Which is probably Anthony. I don't know, but yeah, Christopher. And what he did is he's naming his whole music project behind Oliver Anthony Music because Oliver Anthony was the name of his grandfather. He's going by his grandfather's name. But man, he's blowing up really hard right now. And his song specifically, Richmond north of Richmond. Because he's I believe he's Virginia based.
I started thinking that's probably why.
But man,
or Indiana.
I forgot to mention him last time, but holy shit. He's saying stuff that is it's great. It's great for the working man. It's great for the working class. Like he's pretty much addressing all the stuff that we have problems with. He's actually gotten Nashville is the closest to actually signing him to a record deal and things like that. I mean, if rumors are correct, he's turned down upwards north of $8 million contracts. To which the point of him recording is that he does not want to be held under a record contract. He does not want to have the producers. He does not want to have anybody interfere with his music, and he wants to be below the radar. So he continues to release music under his YouTube. I mean, if you look at it, Homeboy's recording in the fucking woods. He's got a microphone and he's got his, I believe it's a Dobro. It's, the old steel slide guitars. I believe he's on that right now. He's completely anti anything that is associated with the music movement. He's speaking his truth. He's staying true to who he is, and goddamn it, respect, because he's just saying what needs to be said right now. So if I could shed a little light on him, because he is fucking important right now in music. He's standing up for himself. He's not selling his soul, as so many would say. Other than that, man, Zach Bryan's album, his new album, I believe it's self-titled, but it's going to be releasing as well. Big Zach Brown supporter. If you guys are into that at all, fucking look it up. Look into it. Get into his music. He's also a big proponent of not giving into the music industry as it stands. He actually released an album that's called All My Friends Hate Ticketmaster, for all the shit Ticketmaster's been doing. Like, how they resale like live album sales and stuff like that, live shows, live concerts. They resell it and they like mark it up to $2,000+ all that bullshit, which the artist never sees. The artist never sees any of that. Ticketmaster does their thing and they fuck over the artist and they collect all the profits from that. So anybody that's buying secondhand from Ticketmaster and all the others, you should be aware of that. I know you just want the ticket to the show, but this is what's going on behind the scenes. Like, the artist only sees about $100 of that, and Ticketmaster sees $900 to $1,000 of that ticket. So all you Taylor Swift fans, you need to be aware of that as well. Watch out for that shit. It's highway robbery. Just be aware of what you're doing out there. It's getting rather convoluted and messy in the music industry. And some of these ticket prices that you're paying, I know you're proud to say you have a $2,000, a $5,000, an $8,000 Taylor Swift ticket, but it's not going where you think it is.
It's ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah. I'm off my soapbox.
No, and I'm going to. I mean, I'm not a musician. I don't know what it's like to deal when it comes to executive producers and recording. That's been a vicious cycle for so many years. I mean, granted, today artists are not relying as much on their album sales as much as they used to, because let's face it, people are, they're streaming their music just like they're streaming their movies. You get most people are buying their music, or they're streaming it from either a Spotify or Apple or Pandora, I guess. I'm not really sure, but
Pandora, yeah.
Then going back to like with his, I mean, you might as if I was a musician, yeah, I don't want those guys controlling my pocketbook, and I don't want them to be. You sign the dotted line, you make a deal with the soul. What is it? The music, it has to do. I'm thinking with selling your soul to the devil, especially down there with the Southern blues. I'm trying to think of the artist, but I'm going to butcher this all up. But I've even heard, it was 2012. It was David Lee Roth, Alex, and Edward Van Halen, right when they were releasing the last album that they had, A Different Kind of Truth. They were talking about those days on how little they made, and this was before Ticketmaster even existed. And then talking about they had a record deal with Warner Brothers. They were making pennies on the dollar. Mm-hmm. And today, with these artists, look at us. Technically, I'm in a bedroom. I call it a studio. You're about ready to rebuild a man cave, and I'm sure as you're going to be rebuilding a structure down, you're going to thinking about, well, what can I do to improve this and do that? That's all they're doing. They're building. I mean, you might as well. And screw those guys that have been taking control over that stuff. And the Ticketmaster, those evil bastards. You talk about Taylor Swift. First of all, I want to be careful because I'm not a fan of that. But at the same time, Taylor Swift, I know her name is up there big time on the charts.
If I could, real quick, I don't want to seem like an anti-Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift is phenomenal. I think she's great. I just have no problem with her. I think makes good music. I think she writes her own music. I think she's an honest artist. All this other stuff, but it's like I just see the prices that are being paid, and it's like,
ridiculous.
Holy shit!
And the thing of it is, Taylor Swift to put her name on a positive, and I'm not here to disrespect her. I'm not a big fan of her, okay, but I'm not here to downgrade her. I'm never have been. Mm-hmm. She has to have a certain price from her own percentage. And sadly, it has to be a little bit higher because of Ticketmaster. If Taylor Swift was out during, let's say, when I was younger, her ticket prices wouldn't be nearly as high. It has nothing to do with her as a musician, as a song, or whatever it is. It has nothing to do with her legacy. It's just back in the day, tickets were so much cheaper because Ticketmaster did not exist. I feel sorry for people that go out and spend as much money as they do on tickets today because it's absolutely ridiculous. It is.
It's absurd. People just want to go to the show, but they don't realize what they're roping themselves into.
Support your local bands. You'll find out that they're fucking amazing. Nothing against the artist that you mentioned.
Fuck me.
Well, okay. Well, speak of the artist that you mentioned. If you love music so much, go to Memphis.
Zach?
Go to the local bars down there. I know a lot of them from what you hear. They still perform down there, and it's so much cheaper to see them perform there.
I don't know if you've seen, but the guy I mentioned earlier, and Zach as well, but I've been watching Zach since he was like on YouTube, and he was fucking performing on his neighbors' like fucking porches and stuff like that. Like I've been watching him for a long fucking time. But Oliver Anthony right now, the dude don't want nothing.
He's got to eat.
He wants to get a message out
so
there.
You want to support him, but at the same time, I get what you're saying. I mean,
he's a very interesting catalyst to the music industry.
The best way to support these guys, if they want to stick to YouTube and of course with podcast, there you go. They could start their own Patreon.
Dude, as long as the money goes to him and supports what he's doing and what he's writing, like
that's one thing I love about Patreon. Someday we'll have to get into that, but there you go, folks. He's contributing his art solely to you, and it's more personal too. Now, I just think that's
absolutely when the machine gets involved is the only time.
That's one thing I love about YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, and of course there's other platforms as well. Vimeo. You could support those artists directly to them, and before you know it, they may end up having like their own podcasts where they're introducing podcasts related to videos to where, who knows, some of the membership could be, you could be a guest or it could be personal. It depends on that artist, but I think that's the way to go this day and age. Granted, they still want to.
It really does.
I'm not a musician. I don't know what what they call it, the perfect drug when you're up on stage performing live in front of an audience. There is no better high in the world. By the way, you could say that because I knew Chris is going to laugh, but it's a true thing of what they say. There is no better high in the world than performing live.
Me and Scott have been talking about, those songs that are top 5 songs, which we've heard kind of so many fucking times that it's just like nails on a chalkboard to us anymore. It's like kind of the songs that you would just rather just not exist anymore. Like I'm okay if I never hear that fucking song again. It's okay. I don't need to hear that song no more. Like it was cool the first 1,000 times. Now it's just like, it's poison to my ears. I'd rather not hear it no fucking more. So that being said, Scott, you want to start off?
You know what? I got to have
5?
an honorable mention, and I'll save that at the end because we did mention an artist that, if I'll remember it by the time we get to it, because when I would hear that song,
yeah.
Okay, my top 5, folks. This is stuff that I can't, and Chris has already said it. If I'm at a banquet and there's certain songs being played that I can't control, and I try to be mature about it, but it's still there and I can't get it out of my head when I'm gone. That's how I'm trying to paint a picture here. Because radio's this day and age, let's face it, most of us are probably listening to Spotify or whatever, Apple. You're really controlling your music more so today just by this guy alone. That's one good thing I love about it. I'm going to go with an artist that I've always appreciated, and man, can that play the piano. Yes, Mr. Piano Man himself. Billy Joel. Ooh. If I have to hear fucking Uptown Girl anytime in my life for the rest of my life, this is why I'm bald, because that's one song I can't stand. I pulled some of those hairs out. Billy Joel is great, had some phenomenal music, and I'll say, back in his early days. The guy the true born musician in this world. Wrote great songs. Mm-hmm. just, I've never seen him in concert. I'll be honest there, but I've grown up in the 70s and the 80s where Billy Joel, just phenomenal.
Oh,
I mean,
bro.
hell, him and Elton John were known for their concert tours.
Shameless. Holy shit. Yeah, buddy.
That fucking Uptown Girl song.
See, it can be, as we're going into this, ladies and gentlemen, it can be artists that we respect to a certain degree, but it's songs that we have heard so many fucking times to where Scott said it best. We want to pull out our fucking hairs. Like, it needs to stop. Like, we've heard it in, I don't care if it's fucking Elevators. I don't care if it's fucking JCPenney. I don't care if it's fucking Macy's. Just different stores that play all that fucking music that it's like,
yeah,
stop it. Stop that shit. To which my it's funny, but my list is going to kind of surprise you because it's kind of social media related. And it's just all the music that's used in social media that's just fucking driving
Please
me
don't
nuts.
say it's from my other channel because I'm actually proud of that. God damn it. I actually created that little song.
No.
I'm okay.
No. No. 5, anybody who's been on Instagram lately, I don't know how to fucking actually say the correct name of this song. I call it Instagram, and it's called Makeba.
I have no clue.
Oh my God. This girl, I don't know how to fucking describe it. She's writing a song about I believe a civil rights activist. It's been used so much in Instagram on these different shorts and reels that it's just become a fucking, it's on every video. It's fucking driving me nuts. I don't know how to describe it any more than that. If you haven't heard it on your reels, I'm sure you'll play something that will tell them what it sounds like, and they'll recognize it. I'm almost
afraid
instantly.
to do some research because something tells me I'll hear 2 seconds of it and go, oh my God, I just got, no, I can't, I won't share what just popped in my head. It's way too, nope. Chris, I'm going to do you and all of our loyal viewers and listeners out there. I'm not even going to play 1 bit rate of that song. I just looked it up on YouTube. I don't know how I've been very fortunate to miss it until this moment. Anyone out there has got good taste in music, I'm doing you a good favor by not even, you heard me. No samples of that crap. Okay.
Fuck me. Just I had to throw that in there because it's been such a fucking bother for me recently.
I want to say this so respectfully because you do have 2 daughters. I know how girls love to do their dancing on the short TikToks or whatever. I know girls love that. That's what girls do. Okay, that's what they do.
Yeah, buddy.
Is that where you're hearing this stuff from? Is it the one thing that was a trend with Jenna Ortega from Wednesday? Is that the song you're I don't not the series, but
I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. But 100% what you're talking about, being the daughters of girls.
Yeah, I get it.
And I'd almost guarantee they've had it on one of their videos. You're not lying there. But it's so fucking worn out, man. And I think she made the song for a good reason. It was a civil rights activist. Like, I think this Makeba, Makeba.
No, it's not that. Okay.
I'm gonna send you that way you can play to know what we're fucking talking about. But I swear to God, that song, if it comes up one more time on my fucking Instagram, I'm gonna throw my phone. Drives me nuts.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get to my next one that may help you out a little bit right now because I understand.
Please do. Please save me.
I tell myself you can't break the rules. And this one was like, okay, how do I edge this into a 4? And it was tough because I thought back to when I used to play soccer all the time and I would hear the girls, the cheerleading and the band play a certain song all the time. But the funny thing is, if I hear it today, it doesn't bother me as much. So I didn't add it to the list. And that's it. I can't even think of the name of the song. It's a song from the 80s. It was big. Turn around, bright eyes. Every time I fall apart, turn around, bright. I can't think of the name. The thing is, I feel bad because I know the title, but the thong, it's the thong song. No, that's not it.
Thong song, baby, Drew Hill.
It's not the thong song.
Hell yeah.
Luckily, I should say, never mind. I didn't have to hear it as much. Because I'm thinking of my DJ days of songs that I had to hear so much, which I'll get into that later. But that song, like I said, it doesn't aggravate me. But there is one that to this day, that when it came out, I want to say 99 or 98. And if I have to hear it today, I want to oops that, you know what, right across her head. If I have to hear Britney songs, oops, I did it again, then you know what? Don't sit around and sing about it. If you shit yourself, I don't want to hear that song anymore. Or whatever. Was it? Oops, I did it again. I hate it so much I don't know the name of it anymore. God. I can't.
You know what? Damn it. That song was so genius because it could be used so many ways. If
Weird Al tackles it, I love it. But when I have to hear the original, I just like, okay, I get it. Oops, you shit yourself again. I'm sick of, I was never, I guess it's because when Britney came out, I was kind of like, what's the big deal? And I know why, because Britney and Cher were responsible for that damn auto-tune. Granted, it existed before them, but because of them, it got even popular, and it made people who can't sing. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get off my.
I thought she was.
She was an attractive little shit, but I just was. There was others that I guess I got annoyed by her. You know.
Yeah.
I did. Understand. I mean, yes, I would be lying if she's in amazing shape this day and age. She's got a very attractive figure and all that. And I'm sorry for what she had to go through. I get that, but there's just something about, and it was my later years of DJing, so that has a lot to do with it. I just got so fucking tired of, it was all of a sudden I seen women turn into little girls, and no offense to little girls, but I'm proud of myself to being attracted to women, and I don't like seeing women turn into little girls. Sorry.
You know, that's a crazy statement you just made. Like you're proud of yourself for being attracted to females. It's like, that's crazy. That's crazy to say.
I think it's showing signs that I've been alone way too long.
This day and age.
Yeah.
This day and age. I mean, that's crazy to be proud of.
I just that, and I've been watching too many guys on YouTube that like to catch those sick sons of bitches and have them burn in hell for what they're doing.
That's also an
Jennifer Aniston's my age, and she's hotter than these 30-year-olds. There we go.
That's an interesting introspective as well, is that your DJ background into it. That has to play a part.
Big time.
Has to. Because you've heard it so many fucking times.
And Genie in a Bottle.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's not on my list, but that's another one that related. Oh, shut up. It's Chris's turn.
Christina was
that song,
too, though.
I'll tell you what.
Shit.
I'm talking about the song. It's your turn, Chris.
It rubbed you the wrong way.
My mind off of that
song. You're not a genie in a bottle. It did not rub you the right way. Okay. Number 4. Fucking. I'm sure I'm gonna get some hate on the next two, especially. But fucking Celine Dion, My Fucking Heart Will Go On.
That almost
I swear to God,
too, but it didn't.
I don't care. I don't care if that woman's fucking a phenomenal singer. I don't care that movie was a good movie. I mean, it's a good movie. I won't call it a great movie. It's a good movie. I mean, I'll watch it.
Leonardo's
but
awesome.
It's like, yeah, it's okay. Titanic is not, as hyped up as people want to make it. It's so good, but fucking Jack could sit on that fucking door.
There was enough room for that.
Don't try to convince me otherwise.
Saying this because it's great that those two have continued to stay friends out there all these years. But I still say, bitch, you could have helped him get on that door. But her heart will go on. Her heart
will go. Hold his fucking hand. Do something. I mean, he might have died of hypothermia, but at least he fucking tried. Don't let him sink to the fucking bottom of the ocean. Put them on another door. Or do
That's what
something.
made Celine
Fuck.
Dion's song so triumphant and so amazing and made it.
Oh, fuck her. God damn it. Fuck her. She gets on my every last fucking nerve. She married her producer just like Shania Twain. Just all the fucking weird shit she did. And then, I'll see every once in a while that fucking video pop up where she's doing. Oh yeah, I fucking love Shania.
Sorry.
But for different reasons, not musically.
Her cooking channel.
Yeah. She fucking cooks a great meatloaf.
I'm just trying to help you get through Celine Dion. I sympathize because I fucking hated that song.
But I swear to God, that fucking song drives me nuts. And then that kind of, it's kind of a meme now, but she does live in concert where she tries to mimic like vocal ranges or something like that, and she goes
all the
what the fuck is that? That's all fucking bullshit. She's doing nothing but blowing off a hot pocket.
Speaking of hot pockets, I miss lean pockets, and I want the story of why they don't make them anymore. I contribute to when there was times I wanted to stay in better shape. I would really, and this isn't healthy by all means, but I'm like, okay, I'll just focus on eating lean pockets, and they helped me out. And they were really fucking good. Sorry, we went there. It has nothing to do with it.
You know what? She fucking asked for it. She did that shit, and it's fucking weird. So pretty much my entire list boils down to Celine Dion as a person, apparently. Number 4, I don't want to ever hear another Celine Dion song.
Okay. I can understand why. She's got a very, all dimensions about her that just, stay in Montreal.
Fucking gets on my nerves.
I just stated where I think because I know she's a French Canadian, so I'm thinking, stay in Montreal. And I have nothing against Montreal. Just I'm thinking if she stays there, I live further enough away, I probably won't hear anything from her as well.
You're rich. Fucking
my heart will go on if we never hear her again, right? Or your heart will. See, you have to say iHeart. iHeart Radio. So that's how I got started.
Fuck her.
Okay. I'm going to go to the opposite sex now. I guess you could say that right today. Or, no, you can't say that. It's too
No, you can't.
All right. He's definitely.
We are
that's
all
right.
one.
This individual is definitely, from his shows that I think he had on VH1, because he was definitely, anyways. My point is, this is a guy that was a part of and still goes on tour. In fact, they were a part of that big arena tour with Joan Jett. And then, of course, they were phenomenal. Poison, from what I've heard. Def Leppard and Motley Crue. Yeah. But anyways, it's not about that there. And I have nothing against Bret Michaels. I applaud him in certain senses. Okay, when he's up on stage performing live, that man shows that he is having the time of his life up there, and he appreciates his audience and his fans. He's always been that way. He's always showed that attitude. So I want to give my props on that there. Nothing against Bret Michaels at all whatsoever. Womanizer a little bit, okay, I get it. But you know what? But his song that he's so proud of, and I get it, he's proud of it, but I'm so fucking tired of. Do any of you out there know what it is by now before I say it? It's hurting to do with every rose has got its thorn. I am so sick and tired. It's like, okay, here comes Bret Michaels solo. What's he going to play? Every rose has got its thorn. I swear there's probably 4 fucking acoustic versions of that song. And I get it. It's a great, but I'm so fucking tired of it. Just like Phil Collins. I love Phil Collins, but Into the Air Tonight. I bet I've heard that song. Was there ever a bell that went off? That's your millionth time of hearing Into the Air Tonight, because they played the shit out of it. And that's why. That is why I'm so fucking tired and never want to hear Every Rose Have Its Thorn again. They played the shit out of it just like Whitesnakes. Here I go again on my own. That's not on my list, but I had to say it real quick. Okay.
Fuck me. You know what? I love that fucking song now.
Yeah, have it on your playlist.
I don't know if it was the model.
Oh, his wife?
Actress. Fucking laying out on fucking on top of the cars or whatever else, but fucking
that song.
Love that shit. So, okay, here I go again on my own. I'm going to do number 3 right now.
Sorry.
Okay. Number 3, I couldn't come up with a single song.
Oh, I hate that song.
So it's going to have to be artist wide. Like it's just this fucking artist.
Oh.
I'm done with. I'm sick of fucking hearing from her. Every fucking song goes, I mean, even down to the fucking Christmas albums goes in my trash file. It goes in the dumpster. And that would be none other than Miss Mariah Carey. And I swear to God, I don't care what she can sing, what whisper notes she hears.
I thought you were going to say somebody else.
I don't care what she does. You thought I was going to say Whitney Houston? No. Okay. But it's Mariah Carey. It's just, for me, she's so, she's just cringeworthy. She's just.
Her early days stuff, I liked it. Her first album. But yeah, after that's kind of.
And as we're going about this list, it can be artists that we, some songs we're okay with, but just overall, her as an artist has really just shown me her fakeness, her this, that, and the other, what she did to get there. I mean, I'm not going to go into a big spiel about it, but I mean, her whole persona and her just as an artist, I couldn't come up with one song that I hated, so it had to be just her entire catalog. I'll be okay if I never hear another Mariah Carey song.
Sorry, it's just going to
I'll be okay.
There. Yeah, I could see why. It's a shame. I mean, yeah. No, when you was going in the female and you start saying Christmas, I know she's not, but she's had her Christmas. I'm like, oh God, Chris, please don't say Kelly. I have a big Kelly Clarkson has got an amazing voice, and I kind of have a big crush on her. So Kelly, I know you're single,
and you know what? I've seen Kelly Clarkson in concert. She's I like her.
If you like
Kelly
watching
Clarkson
podcasts about this nature, and you're like, who is that ugly son of a bitch? She's kind of, the other guy's married. This one's not. That's never going to happen. Time to wake up from this fucking dream. Okay. No, but seriously, I always thought Kelly's just, she's a phenomenal talent. So I'm glad you didn't say her name.
Sure. I will not. She's not on my list.
She hasn't done anything no. I just listen to her voice and go, oh. Yeah.
It sound like in my man cave.
Just when she's live, she don't need no fucking tools.
And I mean, I'm probably going to get hate for that, but Mariah Carey is a phenomenal singer, but it's just to the point where I'm
people
fucking
give you
worn
hate.
out.
Here's my little violins for you.
Hey, I'm worn out, man.
Are you ready for my exciting number 2? And I think a lot of people will agree to this one, especially from during that time.
Let's hear it.
Thankfully,
let's go.
I'm thankful that it's not played as much. In other words, I haven't been stuck in a position. Even I'm going to use banquet as I want to say banquets because my son loves to dance, and there's times that music's being played that I cannot control that's being played there. And I'm so thankful that this song, and I'm going to jinx myself because he has his Halloween party that comes up and his soccer banquet. And anyways, there was a time, and I think it was the early 2000s, and I just couldn't walk away from it. I couldn't escape it. Fucking Macarena song.
Oh, yeah.
And I know it was from a YouTube, from understanding a YouTube thing or whatever, because that was I think it was the same time that people were cringing on that poor teenage girl that did the Friday song. And I didn't have to hear it. Yeah. And I'm thankful that I didn't. I guess it was my algorithm.
But it's Friday.
My algorithm didn't go near that. But I was also DJing, I think, at the time when that. And okay, if I'm fortunate enough to have a videography, if I'm hired to do a job for a wedding, oh sure as shit, that song's gonna be played. And I actually had to look up the guy's name or whatever. It's like Los de Rios. I guess that's how you pronounce it.
I don't even fucking know.
That song is very close to my number 1 because it's somewhat related to that. And that is definitely will always be my number 1. That was my number 2. My number 1. Oh my God, I'd like to rip the skin off my bones when I hear that song.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be close on that.
Yeah.
Just going upon what you're saying right now. But let me lead into my number 2, which is also social media fucking driven. If I had to call it, I don't know if this would be Facebook days or YouTube days, which one it would be. But son of a bitch, fucking Rick Roll. Do you know Rick Roll?
I think so. I'm fading on it a little bit.
Oh my God, you'd know it as soon as you heard the intro. It's the drums intro, and it's him in "Never Gonna Give You Up, Never Gonna Let You Down."
Yeah,
you know that
of
fucking
course.
song?
The thing of it is, he was
God.
a Foo Fighters. They always are known for bringing people up on stage, whether it's someone in the audience or he actually came up on stage. They brought him up on there, and even Dave Grohl was like impressed on how strong his lungs are. That song,
it's probably not anything against the dude.
It's more popular today.
You know, have you ever seen Getting Rick Rolled?
I don't know. I'm right now blank on it.
That is what they do. They'd have an interesting like part of the first video, and then they cut into Rick Roll, and they'd play that fucking song.
Oh, I hate that shit.
And they'd call it getting Rick Roll.
Ironic.
So you'd be interested in the video, and you'd be like,
"That's what they did in the fucking '80s."
Here, and then sure enough, it'd be like, "Never Gonna Get It," and it'd go into Rick Roll. I don't know how it became a thing, but it fucking became a thing.
Elton John, but they get royalties on it though, so that's a great way to make extra money. But it is annoying.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, that for me, that's my number 2. It fucking drove me. It drove me, not drived, but it drove me fucking nuts every time getting fucking Rick Rolled. And it's probably a decent song. I don't know. Some people may have loved it growing up, whatever. But damn, they turned it into a fucking thing.
Ain't no stranger to love.
To where I'm okay. I'm okay never hearing that motherfucker again. I'm good.
No, it got me to thinking back when I was. Here's something that will give a lot of props to the old school from back in the late 80s to early 90s when rap was really getting popular. They were sampling a lot of songs from other artists. It was samples, but they were sampling the music, the beats, and all that. But today they're really rebooting the heart of another song. Okay, let's take for an example Sugar Hill Gang. Okay. That song and the music itself, okay, it's from was it Chic? I'm butchering, but I think you guys get the idea. See, back then they sampled it, and it was cool as hell, and that's what really made DJing as good as it was. Because, I mean, I'm going to bore the hell on this subject right now. I remember seeing a DJ was phenomenal. He would take 3 turntables, and he would mix, Depeche Mode's Personal Jesus, and that doon, 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 doon. He would actually take 3 records and mix it all. He would physically do, and those was sampling. You don't get that anymore today. And I could guarantee you someone like, say, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, they'd be backing me up like, yeah, man, whatever happened to that shit?
I got 2 turntables and a microphone. Where it's at,
Beck. I knew somebody that would have, because he didn't have 2 turntables. He had 2 microphones and 1 turn. I got 2 microphones and 1 turntable.
Your fucking math is off, bro. What are you doing?
It was hysterical. But yeah, I just wanted to give a little props, a shout out to, I hate to say it, it's like classic sampling of the 80s of that. Today they fucked it up. They didn't know how. They can't do it right. They can't sample it. My number 1. Speaking of DJs and weddings,
yes, sir. You know,
back in 2000. No shit. Oh, I wish it was. No, let me do my math again. Back in 1992, I turned 22 on a Friday. I always felt like my birthdays hardly ever came on a weekend. but it was all set up beautifully. It was a bar that I didn't really work at, but I did it sporadically through times. It's called Stubby's in Vandalia. And my old buddy Todd was a DJ there, and he was a phenomenal DJ. I mean, he did old school shit. I mean, he preferred CDs to him was when he had to go take a piss. In other words, he played CDs when he had to take a break. But he vinyled. He used Technique turntables. There you go, dropping some old school shit on you. Well, in 1992, I had a tool belt that I was wearing to carry my beer bottles and shit in, and I had my favorite bartender, Nicole, serve me. Notice a smile on my face, Nicole, if you're watching. I'm still thinking of you. Anyways, there's a part in the evening about 10:30 the night, and Todd, who was not afraid to get in front of a microphone and make a huge announcement. And it was all set up to where I think it was Nicole brought out a bar stool. The music stopped. The music was still going. Todd is talking. He's setting it up. And of course, I'm going to say it now because I'm not a big fan of sharing my old nickname, but I'll share it with the world now. Todd pretty much said, Scoot, I need you to come out here on the dance floor right now. We've got a big birthday present for you. So I noticed there's a bar stool. So I sit there, and then he starts playing the song that I'm about to share with you. And he's like, no, whoa. He rips it. And I looked at him like at first, like, you motherfucker, because he knows how much I hated that song. But he literally took this record. He pulled it, scratched it. He's like, no. I can't do this to you. I can't do this to you. Nicole, by the way, could you come back out here? And he takes that record and he breaks it. And I start applauding. I thought that was it. Nicole brought out a box of 45s that Todd and a bunch of them ordered of the Electric Slide that I cannot stand. That is my number one all-time song. If I ever have to hear it, I think I'd rather have, like in Terminator where he rips the skin off his arm. That's what I want to do when I hear that song. Because when I being a videographer that still puts myself out there, hey, if you got a wedding, sure as shit, that song's going to be played. So I'm doing everything in my power, holding that gimbal up and not wanting to drop it. But I have to share that story because that's how much I think of that song on a good verse. I got to break a bunch of 45s from the Electric Slide.
Oh, yeah. Good shit.
Thank God I got that one song you're stuck in my head because I'm not trying to think of the Electric Slide.
You know what's funny about that is that we're not so off the spectrum here, because we both arrived at a song that is kind of DJ related, and it's something you hear almost every function. Electric Slide for you, number one for me, fucking Cha-Cha Slide. To the left now, y'all. One hop this time. You know what I'm saying? It's just so, oh my God. Like that song.
That's the lazy stepchild of the Electric Slide too.
Yes, it is. It's literally like Electric Slide laid out a template and fucking Cha-Cha Slide just fucking followed up with it. Like, let's cash in, brother. Let's do it. One of those songs where every time it, if it comes on during a wedding, I sit there and I roll my fucking eyes like, oh, fuck, here we go again. Like, it never fucking fails. It's on every DJ's list. It seems like, exactly like you were saying, they put it on when they have to take a piss or go and, find their next beer or whatever else. Like, here you go. I can fucking put this on fucking repeat, and they'll just sit there and fucking hop like fucking bunnies, like idiots.
Yep. Makes me all, yeah. It makes me all of a sudden.
That's me.
Yeah. I'd rather hear Uptown Girl than that shit.
So, I mean, I think that's funny how we kind of arrived at almost the same song.
Yeah. I'll just give my honorable mention here real quick because we talked about it. This individual, when it came to Ticketmaster, not that it's her fault, but when I'd ever, because I will hear it with these banquets, and it's that damn Taylor Swift song. It sounds like an annoying, I'm so pretty, I'm so giddy, I'm so, what the hell's the name of that song? I can't even think of the name of the song right now. Shake. Is it what it's called? Shake It Off. Thank you.
Shake It Off.
The very first time I heard that song, I was like, oh shit, this song is gonna kill me. I mean, has that ever happened to where there's the first time you hear a song, you just know it's cringing?
100%. This is going to be played by every fucking body, everybody around me, and it's going to fucking drive me nuts.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
When Zach has his banquet, I guarantee you this year, they'll have it on there because it's kind of like the songs that they try to keep. And I get it. That's one thing I am thankful that the song is safe to play around. But when I hear it, it's Taylor Swift.
And with your background in DJing, you totally know the beats per minute and how they construct things in order to keep the crowd moving. You totally understand all that. That's absolutely going to be a staple, just like any other staples of a DJ.
Safest RPM, I think, is 118 for DJing.
Sounds familiar. Sounds about right. I mean, you can go up and
especially
down,
in the techno. But boy, that's a workout.
Yeah, when you even out.
God, Marilyn Manson, I remember that was so fun to do with The Beautiful People, the lights. Oh, that's a fun song. Believe it or not, as a DJ, that's a fun song. Now, there was one thing that we did, and I'll shut up about this, that actually helped fix the electric slide, is mixing. This is some serious DJ shit. So if people are still listening, you might like this. Or if Chris Morgan, if you have to play this kind of music, the electric slide, why don't you mix? You have to use some turntables now. You got to mix that damn electric slide with some old school Pink Floyd Run. It's cool as hell. Oh yeah. That's the kind of shit we used to do. We try to find different things to do, kind of mix things up to throw people off. And it's so cool when you got the electric slide going and you got mixed in Pink Floyd's Run. It's like, and people are still out there dancing, having no clue. They like it.
Yeah, because they're expecting something else, and then it's like this kind of this finger in the butt comes in.
But I'm telling you, it does sound really cool. Run. It's the same RPMs. It's really cool. So Morgan, if you're actually listening, there you go. I challenge you to mix the electric slide with some Pink Floyd. He's probably, if he were listening, be like, I don't fucking think so.
I'll never count Mr. Morgan out.
Nah. I actually, that's something I'd have to ask him if we could ever get him on here. I'm sure he'd love to talk about that. What is the equipment that you're using today, or what is it you prefer as a DJ equipment that you use? There you go, Morgan. I challenge you to some new subject that's not Halloween related. Yeah,
I'm into it, man. I mean, my BPMs are definitely different from yours. I mean, we've never talked about it before, but folks, I got kind of a bombshell to drop on you as we're at the 59-minute mark. I used to b-boy.
I was waiting for him to share that.
I had a tight group of friends that I grew up with in high school, and I mean, for a large portion of my life there, b-boying was enormous for me. It was huge.
I noticed you waited to share that towards the end.
I did, as we're crossing the 1 hour mark, whether you want to leave that in or not, I'll leave that up to you, but I put it out there. I'm not ashamed of my past. I mean, we had some pretty big gigs. I mean, we played, or not played, we danced in front of crowds of 5,000 and plus. Like, we had some fun times. We were kids growing up. I mean, I obviously realized that I was not good and couldn't take it into a professional aspect. But, kids growing up, those guys were my everything. They were like my brothers. They were like part of my life, man, that I could never replace. So I'll always respect that time in my life, and those guys, they kept me out of a lot of bad situations. And man, to some aspects, I owe my life to those guys. And I'm off that now.
Yeah, I try but this is where I'm telling myself, I talk a lot about my past, and we're going to let Chris finally share his past there. And I just know that, I thought we were going to bring that up before, but I'm like, yep, he's starting to loosen up a little bit more, because he at least attempted to share that there. So I'm sure you'll find that archive video somewhere on YouTube.
why the fuck not? You know?
Yeah.
It's out there. Well, I mean, there's a few of our performances out there. I've sent one to Scott, and he.
I just thought, I got to myself like, oh, this is one of those things that when you first start dating someone, you know, and then of course, let's say in your case, let's say when you started dating Natalie, and then of course your mom starts showing, oh, let's get out the photo books and all.
She used to be a stripper. Did you know that?
That all being said, what button should I hit right now, Chris?
Please hit that
Natalie's
fucking
wanting me
button.
to right now if she's watching. Till next time, our top 5 strippers. Da-da-da-ch. Chris and I want to thank you for listening or watching Meet Us in the Man Cave. Since you enjoyed watching us, make sure you want to tell all your friends about us, subscribe today, and click on that notification bell. It's going to be helping you being reminded when our next episode is uploaded, or even possibly a live stream video. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. You can listen or download to Meet Us in the Man Cave on your favorite podcasting app, available to stream or download so you can listen to us all you want, whenever you want. For more information, go to meetusinthemancave.podbean.com.